Allow me take this opportunity to welcome you back to this other session of ours. So today we are going to look at light intensity and the compensation point. So when we talk about light intensity, low light intensity lowers the rate of photosynthesis, and as the intensity, or as the light intensity is increased, the rate also does what? Increases. Reason being that these enzymes which control the process of photosynthesis are being activated as the light intensity increases. So at maximum intensity there is no effect on the rate. The reason being that at this time, or at this light intensity, enzymes are being denatured. Then very high light intensity may in fact slow down the rate as it breaches the chlorophyll molecule. So that's how light intensity affects the rate of photosynthesis. Then there's something else I want us to look at, and this is what we call the compensation point. So when we talk about the compensation point, is the light intensity at which the photosynthetic intake of carbon dioxide is equal to the respiratory output of carbon dioxide. So when you are defining compensation point, the moment you don't talk about the light intensity, your answer is denied the mark. So is the light intensity at which the photosynthetic intake of carbon dioxide is equal to the respiratory output of carbon dioxide. So it occurs during early morning or late evening. Yeah, the way you can see this graph here. Then down here we are having this part. That part. We have, when look at the vertical, we have carbon dioxide uptake. Then up there, then down we have carbon dioxide given out. Then what we are calling the compensation point is that middle part there, where we are saying that in compensation point, carbon dioxide released during respiration equals to that uptake during photosynthesis. Then here we have no net gas exchange. Then now this one, the first one there, that compensation point, that one occurs in the morning, and this one up here, this one you are seeing, this one occurs in the evening. So that light saturation at atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration, i.e. 0.04%, this occurs at a light intensity of around 10 lux, which is about 1 of the full sunlight. Now this one occurs in the late in the evening, where we have low light concentration, then we have there high carbon dioxide concentration. So that has been the compensation point, but I don't want you to forget its definition. So when they say define a compensation point and they put there 2 marks, please, you should do what? You should define, and don't forget the light intensity. So compensation point, allow me to repeat for you this definition, is the light intensity, is the light intensity at which the photosynthetic uptake of carbon dioxide is equal to the respiratory output of carbon dioxide. So it occurs during early morning, I've shown you, or late evening. Now our concern, I want us to look at this graph here. Let me hope that you are seeing it very well. Effect of altitude. In the bracket we have altitude and oxygen. Now we have altitude down there in meters. Then up we have index of the abundance. So now when talk about effect of altitude, the following are some of the observations which we can see there. So I hope you are seeing the C3 plant. We have the C4 plants. We have been talking about these things. Then we have the calm plants. So the following are some of the observation I cannot see there. We are seeing that C3 plants are more abundant at high altitude stroke elevation. When you look at that graph, C3 plants are more abundant at very high altitude stroke what? Stroke elevation. Why? The explanation for this is that this is because the decrease in atmospheric pressure at high altitude decreases the partial pressure of what? Oxygen. Thus enables more productivity since photorespiration is what? Is reduced. So that is the explanation for that observation. So we can move to our next one, next observation. Still, let's look at calm plants. Now we say that C3 plants for them are more abundant at high altitude. Then calm plants are more abundant at very low altitude. You see down there we have the calm plants or the cross-recent acid metabolism. Now the explanation for that, for those plants being at low altitude, is that when the temperature is high, the nocturnal stomata opening and closure in daylight enables them to reduce what? To reduce to reduce transpiration. Remember, nocturnal stomata openings and closure. This is the opening of stomata at what? At night. I hope I talked about this when we are looking at the cross-lucent acid metabolism, or the CAM, or the calm plants. Now next we can say that calm plants that store a lot of malate, and due to high osmotic value also a lot of water are usually less frost resistant than C3 plants. This is why the calm plants or the calm plants are at a very lower altitude. Now when you look at the C4 plants are widely distributed at low altitude and slight elevation. Yeah, the reason for this is that enzymes of C4 are tolerant to high temperatures, and the Kranz mesophyll anatomy shields the rubisco in bundle sheath cells for much oxygen to avoid photorespiration. So what I've been talking about is down here for that graph. I think it is also cleared. What I've been talking about is down there. So you can pause a bit, you copy, you subscribe, then you go on and give a like if you feel like I've done it for you. Then so we are going to look at heterotrophic nutrition. I wish you the best as we begin. Yeah, I sign out.